Alright, so not the way we wanted our weeks to start out. Alright, so this is what we're dealing with. I mean, everybody really does look to be in nice shape. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. This is Chris. Alright, so it is Monday afternoon. So I'm checking out what these calves have been doing, and I got to get another chain because they got themselves caught behind this guy. And this guy is pinned in the corner because we still have to do that little concrete project there. Which is first reason I wanted to come in the barn was not because of that. One, to see how the barn is faring as far as how sloppy it is. It's not too bad. The biggest thing, I wanted to see if the bull came inside and ate his ground feed, which that little turd did not. So, well, we're gonna have to do some luration. Other name of the game today is bedding. Lots of bedding. It's a sloppy mess out here. All right, so not the way we wanted our weeks to start out. When I got home, Bethany said, hey, somebody got jumped like twice this afternoon. I was like, okay, I'll take a look at it. Everybody out here was confirmed bred, ultrasound confirmed bred by our vet. Well, here to find out, and this is the really odd part, well, not only that one of them aborted, which is what happened, but she's got cleanings hanging out of her back end, and she's like in standing heat. That's the weird part. So, and it's one of our yearling heifers, so this would have been her first calf. So we got her in quick. These girls have they've been on pasture, and they've been just getting fed grass hay. That's all they've been doing. And she's in nice shape. So it's EL 50. So she is a Bruno daughter out of a in due time high stakes cow. Hopefully this is just a fluke thing, and we don't know what else it could potentially even be chalked up to, because they've literally just been on grass. They've been on grass, they've had hay, and then they've just had the same minerals that they've been getting all summer long. So they did get vaccinated and wormed a month ago. All the same stuff we've been giving our cows for years, and all the stuff that our vet says, I don't know why it would be anything, because you guys vaccinate for everything. So annoyed, very annoyed. So another minor thing we're running into today is, obviously, of course, we have stupid turn the clocks back, fall back. So it's 4:30, and yeah, it is really cloudy. So I mean, we technically would have like another half hour of good working light, but it's ridiculous. We should go on savings time and stay there. I thought that was the plan a few years ago. It's just go savings time and stay there. I'd rather have it lighter later than lighter earlier. Personal opinion only. So here is where 50 is. And this is the crazy thing. She's in really nice shape. So we gave her some bedding. She can plop down in there, kick it around, eat that stuff, but mostly she can go in the barn. So, I mean, you're not going to get away from the sogginess out here. But she's just in really, really nice shape, and it just boggles the mind. Yeah, so it gets dark quick this time of year. It's only 5 o'clock. Like I said, we can work around the yard, no problem, if we needed to do something. It's if we got to do something somewhere else, which, it'll happen, but it's also raining. It just sucks out here. We did find out today what our cull cows brought at the sale last week, and they averaged $1,500 a piece. So, when you got cull cows that are bringing $1,500 a piece, it's kind of like, all right, you know, do we keep her or do we not keep her? And she'll probably be a not keep with her current situation, because why didn't she stick? So, oh well, that sucks. So that's the end of the day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? All right, it is Wednesday afternoon. Didn't record anything yesterday because it was raining, and honestly I was pissed. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it on Monday, but EL50 we got home was in standing heat, and with like actual like afterbirth cleanings hanging out. So she obviously had aborted her calf. But the very strange part to that, or an add-on to that, is why is she in standing heat? Never seen that before. When we got home yesterday, we had another one. There's no similarities between the two, other than the fact that both of them were now like 4 months, 5 months bred, and the second one was Barb. So she was going to be a second calf cow, and really pissed me off because, well, one, she's a Fleck. It was a new bull kingpin, and I bred her and Lily to kingpin, and Lily ended up being open, and we sold as a cull cow. So no kingpins. So that too pissed me off. Oh, hey Factory, buddy. Oh, that's nice to see. Probably can't see him, but he finally made his way in here for his ground feed. Good. A little something nice. So that's a shitty blow. Pardon my language. And now it unfortunately also makes us like ridiculously hyper aware of what's going on. That's the current state of our situation. So it has not been a good week. We've gotten over 3 inches of rain in the last like 5 days. So everything is just a slop house, just an absolute slop house. We wanted to do corn silage on Monday, didn't get to it because of the first heifer. Looks like we're gonna be able to do it tonight though, which that'll be nice. On with the farm stuff. All right, Dad's grabbing a bale. We're gonna feed these guys. I almost want to put it out on the field just to get them out of the mud. So we got them out on the field, and it's wet, but it's still pretty firm. You pick the right spots at least. You know, the only difference between the heifer and Barb, Barb was a little skinnier. You know, I mean, I had noticed that noted that over the, you know, late summer, but she did raise a nice calf, and she did rebreed on AI. So she wasn't in bad enough shape to affect that. She does still have a little bit of her afterbirth hanging out. But the other hope too is feeding them out on the field hopefully promotes them to hang out here. I did take a walk around out here just to maybe find the calf that got kicked out, because it should be like the size of a cat, like a small cat, or, you know, medium-sized cat, I guess. So another walk through the field and didn't find nothing. Yep, so Dad's gonna start peeling that stuff back, clean this out of the way, and then we'll cut some plastic back. So really all Dad's trying to do is scrape the crap off and then pick it up, just take it over to the manure pile. That's not very far away. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. And that's about what we've had in the past. Obviously next year we'll probably have a better pack, better quality corn silage. And this stuff isn't bad. I mean, this is similar to what we've done in the past, but we'll get, as we move up, we've got about 8 inches or so of spoilage. This is just breaking off the face, and it'll get less as we move up. You know, this is about, right there is about 8 inches or so of stuff, and that'll get less and less as we move up. Probably about where this line is right here. From there on, it'll probably be half of that. But again, some of that, or a lot of that, is just the fact that we don't have the greatest packing scenario in the world. But it just means you have a little bit more spoilage. Got to do a little more cleaning. Yeah, it's a little more wasteful, but you know, we'll get better. We'll get better. It's been a while since we did this. Give us a break. Give us a break. Steers got a little bit, so they'll be figuring that stuff out. They'll dive into it way sooner than the calves will. Alright, we got a couple checking it out, but now we're going to trick them, because we're going to throw a little bit of ground feed over the top of it, because they know they like that, and they're going to be like, oh hey, ground feed, and then they'll eat through that and probably start getting a little bit of corn silage in their mouth. We had a bunch left over, so we dumped that in for YC and EL50, and what I had done is I had taken some 5-gallon buckets and filled them up. I was originally going to give those two to those two, and then this one to the bull. Now I'm just going to give 2 to the bull. He'll be fine. He's probably actually more used to corn silage anyways, because that's how he was raised, on like a TMR, corn silage TMR mix. So he'll get the 2 small buckets. And like I thought, Factor found his way in here, and he found that, and he was ripper and ready to go. He dove right into that stuff. All right, so we threw down a little bit of grain on top of everything. I don't know how well this will show up, but this is what we got once it's all sifted out. So everybody got a good little sprinkle of ground feed on top. As they work their way through, then hopefully they'll start eating corn silage. They'll start liking it. In probably a few days, they'll be ripping to go just for corn silage. So yeah, we finally broke into the pile. A big investment to get back into chopping, but we did it. Hopefully it turns out good. So all right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? All right, it is Thursday afternoon, and it's actually cool enough. I had to put my stocking cap on, but it's actually sunny out, so I need to do the ball cap too. All right, so first thing I'm doing is I'm actually just kind of checking stuff out as far as how much corn silage everybody ate. These guys actually could use a little bit. Like, they didn't quite finish it, but they could use it. They could use just a little bit. It looks like the calves don't need any. We'll kind of move it around, spread it out, and then try and put a little bit of grain on top of it. So like the bulls, they still have some. These guys still have a little bit too. Oh, and there's a little bit in here. And then I had given some to the bull. I actually had a few 5-gallon buckets. There you go. He cleaned it up. That's awesome. Dad's gonna grab another bale, and I'm gonna keep looking at these cows. It looks like Barb still has a little bit of something hanging there. It took, I think, 2 extra days. So she still has another day or so. If she doesn't lose it by this weekend, we'll make another good attempt to get her in. A good attempt to get her in. But I definitely want to keep an eye on everybody else. I mean, condition-wise, you really can't complain about the condition of the animals. I mean, she's a little bit small, but she's naturally a little small. That's another one of our state of wars. We had 2 of them. But just kind of scoping everybody out. I mean, everybody really does look to be in nice shape. So it's not like they're getting bad feed or anything like that. All right, so over the weekend, this past weekend, we had put about a 3/4 load in this gravity box, and well, we should have ground on Saturday afternoon, but by the time we did it and kind of got together for dinner and stuff, because it was my nephew's birthday, we ran out of time because he needed to get back and, well, celebrate his birthday back at school. So we didn't get to it. And then the bad part was then on Sunday it rained. It wasn't supposed to rain so early. That was the problem. But it is what it is. So we had this up in the barn for the last few days. It has a little bit of rain in it, but it shouldn't be a huge deal. And now today it was sunny and breezy, and we're gonna throw a little bit more corn in it because we're out and we need a full load now instead of just a 3/4 load. Well, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today. So the week, we're going to end up with grinding corn. So who doesn't like a good corn grinding? But yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. All right, it's actually a really nice day out today. But I tried to get home a few minutes early because we want to grind corn tonight. Dad's already got the bale on the spike and we're going to feed the cows. And I'll kind of go out there with them so I can take a look at them. But 1 bale for them tonight. I think we need a little bit of corn silage for the calves, at least a little bit of fresh stuff, and then we should be good. And then grind corn. So hopefully we can get that all done tonight, but we have to grind corn because we're out. All right, so what we're doing today is this one field that I just mentioned. I locked them off of because they sit up here and lay down a bunch of manure. We're actually going to let them on here and feed them here, because one thing the vet mentioned in regards to the 2 that aborted this week is were they potentially drinking like real sloppy pond water type stuff and got into something that way, meaning because it's been so dry and then we got all this water, was there something gross in that water? And the one access they would have had was that little drain ditch, and then also right where that field starts. So Dad thought, why don't we just bring them on here? We'll go feed them in these corners where they don't like to hang out, and go from there. And that way they're going to want to come off this field. They'll go to the blue water instead of sitting on a field and drinking, stuff like that. Not probably the biggest concern, but hey, if you can eliminate any little potential issues for a little while, when it freezes back up, you know, maybe we'll start feeding them back out there again. If we feed them out here, they're not going to come off this field, then go onto that field and drink water. They'll just go to the blue water, which in the next couple of weeks, they're going to be done with the big blue water, and they're going to be on to the little blue water. But we are going to have to get Barb in this weekend because she still has a little bit of afterbirth hanging there, and that's always one concern, is the longer that sits there, the more chance of potential infection that she's going to get. So we'll have to pull that this weekend if she doesn't drop it before we get her in. And we have been doing a little bit more rotating which area we're getting our hay from. Maybe start breaking that up a little bit, just to kind of help eliminate that as an issue. Again, not that it's bad hay, but if there's something in there that you just wouldn't have thought of if they get it in a concentration, I honestly don't think it's any of that. If it even comes down to a quality thing, it's probably better that we rotate through our different styles or different types of hay, because every one of our fields is just always a little bit different on like different types of grass combinations and clover and alfalfa concentration, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just breaking that up, rotating through, and giving them a good variety. All right, we got the grinder going, and this shouldn't be too bad. Nice and sunny out today, so we get a little bit more sunlight. But these guys are just mowing away at their corn silage, which is really awesome. Yeah, there we go. Another fall grinding. Another thing that's kind of neat that I just noticed, now she is a little dirty, but we've had a lot of rain and mud. But this number 10 heifer, she's in standing heat. That's from this year. She is a Bruno daughter out of a top grade Lucky Dice. So she definitely looks the part, that's for sure. All right, we're throwing our last little bit into our like half batch or whatever. So of course Dad complained that there wasn't enough corn in here, but that's all right. These loads should, now like I said, with the corn silage, we should be cutting way back on our ground feed on the corn mix. So these hoppers, instead of lasting 3 weeks, should last upwards of 5 or 6. So we'll find out. There we go, another grinding in the books. Yeah, so we'll see how long that lasts now with corn silage, and it's nice to see these guys are basically going at both of them. They'll increase their silage intake as we go along, as they get used to it, as their stomachs get used to it. I mean, that's the biggest thing with corn. You can't just throw it at them all at once. That's why I like hitting all of them. I like having the tub out there. They're always going to have free choice grass hay, second cut. Now the corn silage, and cutting back on the cob corn on the top. So you kind of hit every aspect, and they can have as much as they want of pretty much any of it. So we started this week out kind of on a crappy note with those 2 cows having issues and throwing their calves. So we'll keep an eye on them. We'll get Barb in the yard this weekend and make sure she's okay, and keep an eye on the other one. But at least we're ending on a good note with these calves getting on corn silage, finally breaking into the pile, and it looks like just after a few days they're pretty much getting used to it, at least getting that taste for it. So yeah, it is Friday. I'm gonna go find a fish fry somewhere. So hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope you guys liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thanks for coming along.